Welcome to a new video of the Audi RS3 8Y. So in the last video we complained about some problems that we had with the car. I have some good news and I have some, I'm not sure if you can call it good news. Let's say that we have some average news and we have some better news. So the average news, this is a new term, is going to be that the headlight from which we spoke in the last video, which started cracking from the inside towards the outside. Someone from Audi saw my video from Audi Switzerland, actually Amag Switzerland, and they contacted me. They said, hey, we're gonna have another look at your case and we might be able to help you out, but this is a might. So that's why I say it's not really something that confirms, hey, we're gonna replace it. But anyhow, let's stay positive, right? What else do we need? Well, besides the fact that this front headlight, that we needed fixing that, and we still have a bunch of shit with the windscreen going on, they also said that if I would like to replace the windshield again on my own cost, that they would be considering giving me a discount for replacing that, since it's the fourth windscreen I think that I need, which I will then wrap in protective film, prevent it from cracking and getting stone chips again and again and again and again, because this thing chips easier than any other glass I've ever seen in my life. 60,000 kilometers, that's a big milestone, right? I think it's probably one of the few RS3s with this many kilometers, at least on the internet. And it is time for a brake service. Not just a brake service, I need to change the pads and the discs of the front side of the car. So I asked if I can get a quote, because this is included in my service package from Audi, but I wanted to know how much this is going to cost if you would do it at Audi after the warranty expires in Switzerland. So the front set, the front axles, will run you, including labor and VAT, 2,900 francs for only the front set. So almost 3,000 euros basically. The rear set, even though I do not need to replace them yet, they will be replaced at 100,000 kilometers most likely. The rear discs and pads, if you would get it replaced by Amag in Switzerland, will run you again 1,500-ish. So you can count on a total service if you would do everything at the same time or at your own expense. They give you some kind of a discount, but in total, including the discount, VAT and labor, it will be 4,000 francs to change the brakes, basically on the front side and on the back side. But that's like average news, right? So average news is we might get a new headlight, but we also might not. We are getting new brakes, but we paid for it in the service package, you know what I mean. But good news is that I have a new front lip, in case you didn't spot it. So we now have a Maxton design V1 front lip on the front side of the car, which makes it look like it's lowered, but it's not, of course, because the lip adds a little bit of, a couple of millimeters, maybe a centimeter of width to the car, as well as a little bit of height, should I call it height. And we finally replaced the rear diffuser, which was broken, as I mentioned in my last video. In the meantime, I also swapped to my summer set. So currently we are running the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, and believe it or not, these tires, the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, completely changed the way this car handles. The Pirelli P0s, which are delivered with the car from factory, horrific. If you can, do not take them. Even the Bridgestones, I was not really happy about them. They wore out extremely quickly, and the handling was always a bit nervous-ish, I would say. And now with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, they're like really good. The car sticks like never before. It's really a different car. So really recommended to take the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires instead of the Pirelli P0s as replacement tires. They are about the same price, but the Michelins are way better quality in my opinion. Also looking at the winter tires, from which I complained, the Pirelli ones were also very bad. So I got Bridgestone's LM005s as winter tires for this car, a square setup, because that's also recommended from factory. Some bug is attacking me. And since I got those Bridgestone ones, I did an entire season and the front end did not even wear off more than 1.5 millimeter for 15,000 kilometers. And the rear end still has 6.5, front has 5 millimeters. The Pirelli P something, I can't remember what the Pirelli tire, winter tire was. I wore it out in 13,000 kilometers. So I already did basically 2,000 kilometers more with the Bridgestone tires that I bought myself, and I can do another season with them. So most likely we'll get 30,000 out of those, while I got from the OEM tires only 13,000 kilometers. What else? I went to Ibrahimi Motorsports, a tuning company here in Switzerland, and they provided me with the Maxton lip and also with the heck diffuser, or the rear diffuser, heck diffuser in German, sorry. I paid for it, of course, myself, so I'm not being sponsored by them. But the guy is a really cool guy and he knows his cars. He's really a petrol head and I love that. So he called me and he said, hey, come by the shop last Friday, even though I already had everything installed. He says, you might like this. I dropped by and some other RS3 8Y owners were getting exhaust installed and intakes. So APR intake and a Stolsport APR exhaust. Only the rear part of the exhaust, not the downpipe. And I gotta say, that exhaust with the valves open is so much better than the stock exhaust. It is pricey though, 3,590 francs. So I am gonna save up for it, but I will have to take it. It's so freaking good. So if you're looking for an exhaust system, definitely check out Stolsport's exhaust for the Audi RS3 8Y. I think APR sells them. Also the intake, the turbo inlet intake part basically. So from the turbo to the intake, the one from APR made so much noise and such a good noise in combination with the exhaust system. Again, 1,700 francs. Pricey, but very, very good quality and a very nice sound. So the next modifications on the car, I was considering getting a downpipe, but a downpipe is basically something that you should take after you've done your exhaust if you want to go to another level of sound. And to be honest, the exhaust that they had on the car was already so good, so sufficient, that I will start off with the exhaust and then we'll take a look on what we're going to do next. It's either going to be the intake or we're going to get some other rims on the car. So I can use these black ones for the winter and get other black ones, because I like the murdered out look, for the summer basically. And I was, as I said, looking into wheel force ones. I really like those. So maybe we can get those onto the channel as well and get them onto the car. It would be amazing, of course. So these are the next modifications which I'm planning. So exhaust system, intake, rims are still things I want to do, and a wrap, full detailing including a wrap. Wrap is going to be a long time from now. First, I'm focusing on these technical changes which, you know, make this car sound good, give the experience, and then when I get bored of the black color, of this shiny black color, I might do a wrap, and we'll come back to that later on. However, so far 60,000 kilometers, no major issues. The issues that I had are in the videos that you can find on my channel. The open point that we have is of course this headlight, and the brakes will be replaced hopefully by the end of this week. Again, by OEM brakes. Once my warranty and service package has expired, I will probably go for endless pads. I think everyone knows Endless as a brand for performance pads, basically to get less brake dust. And for the discs, at the moment, for your info, at the moment, there are no alternative discs available yet from Brembo, from ATM, from any other brake discs brand. There are no brake discs available for the Audi RS3 8Y at the moment. They're only being sold from Audi themselves and they're expensive. So in case you're picking up a used Audi RS3 8Y, check the front brakes, because you cannot get a cheap alternative or cheaper alternative. It sounds a bit, it's like, yeah, you're cheaping out, but you're not, because like Brembo discs and other discs that are not OEM branded are still super quality discs, but cost way less than from Audi, because at Audi you pay the RS tax, as I call it, on top of the price of the actual part. I hope you guys like this 60,000 kilometer update video on the Audi RS3 8Y. It's hella hot here. I'm gonna jump in the car and drive home. I see you guys in the next update video, and please let me know down below if you have any questions regarding the Audi RS3 8Y, buying it new or buying it used. I think I'm the, as I said, one of the few persons on the internet that has now almost, well, that now has 60,000 kilometers on the car within, what is it, not even 2 years? Yeah, something like that, about to be 2 years. If you guys liked the video, if you did, leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I see you guys in the next video. Ciao.